Hi, in this video what I want to do is show you how to do conversions for the US customary units of weight. So let's first discuss those. The units of weight that we use in the US are 1 pound, ounces, and we use tons. So the abbreviation for pound is LB, for ounces is OZ, and then for ton we just write it out. So there's not an abbreviation that I know of. There might be, but not that I know of. All right, so with this, what we are going to do, if we're going from heavy to light units, then we're going to do this way because we would want the pounds or the tons to cancel out. If we are going from a lighter to a heavier, then you would want the lighter weight on the bottom to cancel it out. Okay, so let's get started with the first one. So we have 56 ounces and we want to convert this to pounds. So we know that we want ounces on the bottom because we want these to be able to cancel out. Okay, so when we look up here, we can see that we would want the 16 ounces on the bottom and 1 pound on the top. So when we simplify this, we would just do 56 divided by 16. So if we type that in, we can see that it gives us 3.5. Okay, and you can use any calculator. It doesn't require a graphing calculator for this. It's just what I have. Okay, so 56 ounces is equivalent to 3.5 pounds. All right, so moving on to the next one. This time we want to use 7,500 pounds, and we want to convert it to tons. So again, we are going from something that is lighter to heavier, so we would go to this column, and so we would want the pounds on the bottom. So we would put 2,000 pounds here and 1 ton up here. So if you want to do this in your head, that's fine. You could cancel out some of the zeros because we can see that those zeros cancel out and just do 75 divided by 20. And so if we put that into our calculator, we would end up with 3.75. So for this one, we end up with tons because tons is what's left on the top. Our ounces or our pounds, not ounces, canceled out. All right, moving into the next one, we have 3.2 tons to pounds. So this time we are going from heavy to light. So we're going to go 3.2 tons, and there is a direct conversion on these. So I would want to make sure that tons is down here so that they can cancel out. And we can say that there are 2,000 pounds in 1 ton. So if I simplify this, I would just do 3.2 times 2,000, which ends up giving us 6,400 pounds. All right, and then the last one I wanted to show you is what to do if you are not given a direct conversion. So for this one, we have 256,000 ounces to tons. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to talk about 256,000 ounces. So it's better to convert it to a smaller number to work with. Okay, so that would be the purpose of going from ounces to tons. Now with this one, you do have to be careful because if you look up here, we do not have a direct conversion that says how many ounces there are in tons. So the first thing that we want to get rid of is the ounces. So we can see that this one has ounces in the denominator. So we would put the 16 ounces and the 1 pound up here. Okay, well, we're now left with pounds on the top, and pounds is not what we want to. Remember that we want to get to tons. So now we would have to go and find the value where we could cancel out, where we can cancel out our pounds. Okay, so we would say that 2,000 pounds is on the bottom and 1 ton is on the top, and now our pounds cancel out, and you can see that we're left with the unit of measure that we want. Okay, so you do have to be careful when you're plugging this into your calculator because if you plug it in incorrectly, the calculator will give you the wrong answer. So a couple things that you could do is first you could go through and you could say, well, you know what, I can see right away that these zeros cancel out. Okay, and you could do the 16 times 2 to get 32 and type that into your calculator. You could also just start from the beginning without canceling anything out. So if you wanted to, you could put in the 256,000. And here's where you have to be careful, because we're dividing it by 16, and then we want to divide that answer again by 2,000. So that is one way that you could put it into your calculator. Another way that you could put it into your calculator is you could do 256,000 divided by the product of 16 and 2,000. This will give us the same answer. Okay, or you could have reduced the values and done 256 divided by, and if you did the 16 times 2 and got 32, you would get the same answer. So there's a lot of different ways that you can plug things into your calculator. You do have to be careful. One thing that you cannot do is you cannot do 256,000 divided by 16 times 2,000 without the parentheses, because that gives you a very, very different answer, because it's only dividing this part first and then multiplying that by 2,000. So be careful about putting it into your calculator, because your calculator only does what you tell it to. Okay, so we could put this down as 8 tons. All right, and then I just wanted to show an application of where you might have to convert something within a real world situation. Okay, so what we have here is the post office charges 55 cents to mail an item that weighs 1 ounce or less. So for the first ounce, they charge 55 cents. Okay, the charge for each additional ounce or fraction of an ounce is 16 cents. Okay, if you wanted to, you could set this up algebraically with variables, or you can just keep it in terms of what you have. So our total cost is going to equal 55 cents for the first ounce, plus 16 cents for each additional ounce. All right. So now we have to figure out how many ounces are we going to be mailing. So it says, at this rate, how much will it cost to mail a package that weighs 2 pounds and 5 ounces? So if you notice, we want it to be each additional ounce, and right now we have pounds. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to convert the 2 pounds to ounces. Okay, so we would use our conversion, 2 pounds, and we know that there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So our pounds would cancel out, and we would get 2 times 16, which gives us a total of 32 ounces. So this is our total weight. Well, this is not the total weight. Sorry. Our total weight would be found by adding the 5 ounces to it. So we would take the 32 ounces plus 5 ounces that we have here, the additional ounces, and we would end up with 37 ounces as our total weight of the package. Okay, so now all we have to do to find the cost is plug it into our little equation that we have. And so we can say that the cost equals 55 cents plus 16 cents times, and this is where you have to be careful because it's each additional ounce. So the first ounce goes here. So to get the each additional ounce, we would do the 37 minus 1, which would give us 36 ounces. Okay, so we have to pay for 36 additional ounces, and then you can just simply plug this into your calculator or do the math on your own. So we would have 55 plus 16 cents times the 36 ounces, and we end up with $6.31. So we could say that our total cost for a 2 pound, 5 ounce package is $6.31. Okay, so sometimes you do have to convert within situations in order to find a total cost. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. If there are additional topics that you would like me to cover, please let me know that as well.